spend down. What is it and why is it so important? Today on Elevate Wealth. Hey there, I'm Deanne Rosso, President and CEO of Elevate Wealth Advisory. And this week we're walking through the 4 stages of retirement transition, or what we affectionately in our office call spend down. Because making your money last isn't just about what you save, it's about how you save it and the strategies you employ throughout your entire retirement journey. So today I'm here with our Director of Operations and Wealth Advisor, Deanne Rosso. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Deanne.
So thanks for joining me today. Brian, tell everyone, what is spend down and why is it so important?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when we think about retirement, most think of that decision that day when they're stepping away from their working career. But we really see it as a journey, and not only up into retirement, but through. And through that, we've identified really 4 key phases of retirement transition. And together, we collectively call that spend down. And one phase occurs kind of before retirement, and the other 3 are post-retirement. And it's really important to understand and plan for each of those stages because it can ensure or increase our chance that our assets are going to live throughout our retirement and then maximize their impact even after our lifetime.
Absolutely. So you mentioned 4 phases or stages. So tell us a little bit about these phases.
Yeah, sure. So the first stage is accumulation. And this is that pre-retirement phase. It starts at your very first paycheck all the way to your last. And it really sets the foundation for smart saving and investing and some strategic tax planning. In this stage of accumulation, the decisions that you make in this period are going to likely impact you for the rest of your life.
Okay. So we got to start by saving and saving in the right ways.
That's right.
Okay.
The second phase that we look at is transition. And this is a very brief and small window of opportunity, but it's a very important one. And after your last paycheck, all the way until you're forced to withdraw money from your retirement accounts, which is typically age 73 or 75, and that's dependent on your birth year. This phase, you have a lot of flexibility on when and how you draw income. At this point, you don't have to take Social Security, you don't have to take pensions, and you're not forced to take money from your retirement accounts. So it gives us a lot of flexibility to figure out how to get income. And the objective during this phase is how can we design the strategy that's going to maximize your tax savings over your lifetime? And the transition phase presents a lot of opportunity to do that.
Sounds like a really important phase, and I look forward to hearing a lot more about that later. And so after transition comes what?
Distribution.
Okay.
This is when we can really see that positive impact from intentional retirement planning from the previous 2 stages. In this stage, though, your income stream is much more set. You're taking Social Security, you're taking your pension income, and you're forced to take some money out of your retirement accounts. So in that sense, we have a lot less flexibility in the distribution phase. But the goal here is how do we maximize your income for the lifestyle that you need, but also reserve enough for your longer term objectives.
That's right. And so it takes sort of a disciplined approach, I'd imagine, in that distribution phase.
It does. You really have to set a plan and stick to it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got accumulation, transition, distribution. And then you mentioned a 4th phase. What is it?
The last phase is legacy.
Okay.
And we consider that really the final act. And this is where your assets and your wealth extend beyond your own lifetime. And that can look very differently depending on retiree to retiree. So really there's no right or wrong viewpoint here for the legacy phase, but it does take some strategic planning in the first 3 phases for your wishes to be delivered in the way that you intend after your lifetime.
That's right. It's not just about how you want to leave things or what you see at the end of the day, but making sure that you've made the moves to do that.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, I think sometimes we think about retirement as in 2 phases, pre-retirement and post-retirement, but there's actually a whole lot more to it than that.
Yeah, there's really a lot of different opportunities and challenges with each phase. And so it's really important to know what that is, and we'll cover those more in our next videos.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing a little bit more about each phase and the opportunities that we have in those phases. So thank you so much, Brian. And like Brian said, a well-structured plan can make all the difference in preserving your wealth and making sure that you can meet your goals long term. So if you have questions about spend down or the phases of retirement, we're here to help. Visit us at elevate-wealth.com and click Let's Talk. We'll see you next time.